Hello, world! I'm Eire with Saturn's Edge, and you're watching more Persona 3 Reload. That's right, episode 50. We've made it this far. But also, let's talk for a minute, okay? I was gone for, how many weeks now? Maybe a month. Man, that's insane. That's a longer break than I'd usually take. I was mainly preoccupied with, Christmas stuff, and then I kind of hit an emotional dip. But everything's alright, and I'm back to doing videos again. And I want to talk about this, I'm a month away from having this channel for, well, not a year, for a pretty obvious reason. You can check the date on that. But, it's been almost a year since I started uploading. Like, a whole year. A whole year of me uploading, not consistently, but uploading, you know? I'll talk about it whenever we get to that point. I'm going to pinpoint the exact day that I started uploading, and we are going to do an anniversary special. A special that basically says, from 2024 to 2025, like, this is the video I'm doing to make that special. I don't know. We're going to figure something out for that. But, in the meantime, now we can actually focus on more Persona. Last time we left off, we were actually exploring Tartarus. Guess what we're doing this time? It's exploring Tartarus. But this time we're going to use some of our cool stat-changing features, these little incenses, to help buff up our party just a little bit more. Especially with giving Aigis a bit more endurance. She is going to need it. What a wonderful day to do this. It's been quite a while here. Yeah. Another part of the problem for why I wasn't recording was I was worried about getting a power outage in the middle of recording my progress, and then I'd just be too mad to do it. I should have just done it, but also it's a very, in my opinion, I think it's a very reasonable concern to have about recording is if you hit a power outage randomly. Kind of live in one of the areas where the massive winter storm was hitting, that lasted from like, what, January 3rd to I think up until the 10th or 11th? But yeah. I also want to say, Happy New Year. This is my first video of 2025, so I take a bit of pride in that. I'll be honest, I take a bit of pride. But, yeah, I mean, 2025 is just the same as 2024, somewhat, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really all there yet. I'm still getting used to the whole uploading again, and the whole recording, and all the, bits and bobbles and whatnot. It'll take a little bit of time to get used to again, but hey. I'm making a pretty strong start just by talking here, and just by even attempting this recording session. I can't guarantee the best, but I also can't guarantee the worst, so I feel pretty good about that. Ah, man. So, let's talk about this Persona recording session I had, okay? I was in the middle of a bit of an emotional dip. However, I decided to pick up this game again around after Christmas, because I was less busy at that point. I was on break, basically, from work for a bit. And, Persona was on my Steam page, and I said to myself, I need to make something. I need to make a video, right? I never got around to recording the audio until now, which is dated January 12th, and the 13th is when I'm recording the other episodes in this batch. But it's worth pointing out because it's very important like that. Oh, we've got a new Persona to work with. I believe we actually picked him up. Yes, we did. So, quick fun facts about Narcissus. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we all know who Narcissus is. If you follow Greek mythology, you know that this is the man who was really narcissistic and fell in love with his own reflection in the pool of water until he became a flower that happens to be called the Narcissus. The entire idea is that he rejected, so many people because he was very vain and very, beautiful and very only interested in himself, right? And so his tragic downfall is not realizing his own reflection in a pool of water is, not a different person. It's really just a lesson about vanity and, how not to do that. And it's also a really cool, fact about, oh yeah, this flower, leans over the water a bit. It's found kind of near water, I guess. Actually, no, yeah, the Narcissus is found near water, I believe, right? I'm not really what is that? A botanist. I'm not a plant expert at all. Or a florist. Florists would know a lot more about flowers and flower language and culture like that. But, other than that, I mean, that's Narcissus for you. Kind of a basic little introduction persona to get us started on the whole listing thing. Which is really nice and really easy, because it's not one that's extremely hard to pronounce. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, so when it came to making this episode, when recording this video, I mean, the actual gameplay, I was still in wonder of the area. I was still in wonder with, like, the whole layout, the geography, the random generation got larger. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was such a really neat thing to do, is that the random generations are less constricted, and now they're more open and bigger with occasionally large rooms. I had a really good time filming this one, because more than ever, I was very invested in the battling system and the entire Tartarus grind. I was very invested in it, and it was like, it was the only thing I recorded because it just took up so much of my time. But being that invested in it allowed me to really get to, like, use my skills and show them off. Like, for example, I got the Seize advantage, which, you know, by doing that, you obviously know what the advantage is, we talked about this. But we also now have the sneak attack involved, and that allows me to play with the distress thing. I have a variety of personas I can pick from different arcanas, and I can fuse for better levels in certain arcana families. I can do this. So no longer singular enemies like drives, completely just a pain in the ass. Now I can just cover it myself. Had to take a break there, I was fast talking. Had to just take a drink and, like, stop for a second. But yeah, basically a lot happened here, like, in the battling and in the grind, that I got so invested in it that I was like, I actually wanted to get this entire section done, at least for now. Because this section, I'll be honest, this whole section, the bit of gameplay that I've recorded, the 111 minutes I've recorded, I should say, the batch of episodes you're going to see, 50, 51, 52, are probably the hardest I've ever tried battling in this game. Sure, with the Hierophant and with the Lovers, I had difficulty, because I wasn't using any Theurgies in, like, that battle. The only one I was using was Fuka's to get me that stat buff to make it end quicker. Otherwise, it was going to be a complete drag. Here, I really tried committing to not using Theurgies until I absolutely had to, and it was really nice to do that, because it allowed my actual battling skill and knowledge and my familiarization skills, like, to really flourish, to remember which personas had what, and what I can do, and what the skills actually did, so I didn't have to, like, keep looking for them all the time. I actually found ways to, like, train myself and balance it out, and figure out how I can accompany different things into my, like, in my whole loadout, and it was a really nice, like, sort of, like, kind of a zen state I hit, where I was so focused on it. I was, like, actively, like, locked in that I felt like a professional playing, like, an RPG for once. I felt like a true, like, again, professional, an expert. Someone who knows what they're doing at all times, knows, like, where to go for the best stuff, what I can do, like, all that stuff was, like, big to me. And I finally felt that in this specific batch. Not because it's been, like, you know, oh, it's not because I've played the game for so long, right? I played this game for nearly a year, but even with the gaps in, like, time that I actually record the gameplay, I still, like, remember a decent amount to get by. But here, because the battles were so intense, or occasionally difficult, or I just, like, kept learning and picking up on new things as I was going along, I finally hit that point where I can very confidently battle a lot of enemies without the use of, like, a Theurgy as, like, a freebie. The all-out attack I have to use consistently if I want battles to end so I can get better rewards, or if I just want, you know, higher damage, just end battle quicker in general, right? It's difficult, but I have to do it, and I'm kind of annoyed that I have to do all-out attacks constantly, but it is the flow of the game. It literally is the flow of the game. All-out attacks are absolutely necessary in order to get through the game. You know you don't have to use them in order to beat the game, but it is, like, especially suggested, and it makes things a lot quicker because of the whole type system. It's just a lot easier that way, and it's something I can handle. I'm really good with type systems, and I just, yeah. Ooh. But yeah, I'd say that this batch is where I really hit my stride, and in my, well, RPG-like battling confidence, I should say. I say that because it's, like, kind of a struggle. Anytime I've ever played an actual RPG, any other RPG, right? The only exception is probably Pokemon, honestly. I struggle with, like, Final Fantasy, and I have struggled a bit before with Earthbound. Not because they're just like, oh, you know, this is a hard RPG, this is, like, you know, the hardest thing you can get. No, it's literally the fact that, like, I'm not used to those menus, and I'm not that great at, like, navigating that sort of stuff. And it's also because in RPGs, especially turn-based ones like this, I really feel like taking my time is a lot better so I can, like, maximize my output. But when I'm recording, I try to go as quick as possible in order to fit as much stuff as I can into one video, or at least a batch of videos. Enough to edit it down so it doesn't crash Microsoft Clipchamp anytime it feels like. Because if I put more than, if I put more than like an hour of footage into this software, it literally just overloads it and kills it. Point is, with this I finally hit that point of confidence. Pokemon is the only exception, because I'm gonna be real, like, I'm gonna be honest about this. I think that Pokemon, especially recently, has been kind of, like, hand-holdy on the type, like, things. What was that? The type chart, and, like, what it means, and, like, all this math stuff. Sure, it can get complicated if you're, like, battling competitively, but if you're talking, like, literally the main game of, like, a Pokemon game, I have had little to no struggles in most of those games. But it's also because Pokemon is trying to actively be something for everybody, while something like Persona or Final Fantasy or, what's another... Yeah, I mean, Earthbound I pulled up, obviously. They're not trying to be aimed at kids, they're just trying to be aimed at, like, people who can actually spend a lot of time on an RPG and really commit. So I think that's just the massive difference, and I think I just have to... I'm just gonna have to cope with that, because there's no other way around that. Oh, that's a cool enemy. I like the eyes and crows, but I like that the head just disappears there. That's neat. I like that. Sorry. Wow. Talked a mile a minute there, but it was worth it. I got a lot of stuff out, like, and I got to explain just, like, what I was doing just while this was happening, you know, and how it got to this point. Especially for this batch of episodes. I got it out of the way now, so you don't have to hear it later when the other two episodes are like 37 and 42 minutes long. Yeah. So it's easier to get it out now at the shorter video and just not have to worry about it later. Unless I inevitably talk about it at the later video, which I might, because I tend to repeat the same topics multiple times. Ah, man. But yeah. I'd say that this game, this session, I should say, is the one where I hit my stride battle-wise. Rather than just social links or like, oh, I understand this now, it's like literally where I locked in and got confident about it. And I decided to go fast but also take my time and like really blend my actual playstyle with the game. And it felt really nice to finally hit that point. If I was playing this, like, 24/7, I probably would have gotten synced with it sooner. But because of how, like, disjointed my recording sessions are, it is extremely, extremely normal that, like, it's like... It is okay and normal for me to not be as synced up as I thought I would be, you know? Especially this late in the game at episode 50. Which, again, that is a massive milestone for me because, I mean, come on. I called 25 a massive milestone. I called 10 a massive milestone. I think 50 is also a massive milestone. Pretty sure... Yeah, I mean, there it is, yeah. What more can I say? Just what more can I say there? Also, it's kind of convenient that episode 50 is the first episode of the new year that I'm posting, so... Hey, that's something to think about. And let me go into my thought process here for a struggle I had while I actually was like trying to figure out what should come first for the new year. Because I felt it was a genuine concern of mine. Hey, it's 2025, right? It's going to be 2025. What is the first video I should put out for this year? I ultimately decided on Persona because this series is kind of a mainstay at this rate. Specifically because playing through Persona 3 Reload is both fun to commentate over, to play, but also it's consistent with my channel, and I want to be dedicated to, like, completing this game eventually, whenever it gets to that point. Who knows, it might take, like, 2 years. That'd be impressive if I took 2 years on, like, a really long RPG. Actually, yeah, that would make sense. But yeah, I ultimately decided on Persona because I just felt like no other game or recording could really capture, like, what my channel is, especially for a new year, right? Or what it's gonna look like. If I did a speed paint, it wouldn't be great because, again, art block kick in. You know, that it's a thing. I'm getting over it, luckily, so that's good. I've been taking my lessons, I've been doing the right things. I couldn't, like, do a Marvel Rivals video because the new season wasn't out until, like, 2 days ago. As I'm recording this, it was like... Yeah, it came out January 10th. I couldn't do a video on that and have that be my first one because, one, Marvel Rivals is not who I am, but two, it's like, I don't want to record something that I don't have any footage for that's, like, interesting, you know? I say this in a way that's like, everyone has seen the previous season, everyone has seen Season 0, everyone has played it. And then Season 1 rolls around, you know, on the 10th, and it's like, yeah, that seems like too late for that. I've got Persona videos I can make, you know? And then there were other games I really kind of wanted to give a shot to, and really just, like, shout out and say, hey, like, this could be good. But also, the games I have in my current library are ones that I'd want to take more time with, kind of like Persona. Rather than me, like, recording, like, these batches of episodes and, like, constantly doing that and all the commentary stuff, right? That stuff would stay the same, but it's more so that, like, I'd want it to be a main focus rather than, like, a side project compared to Persona, you know? Ultimately, I should really get back on Silent Hill and Resident Evil. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be happening, like, really soon now that I think about it, because I've got more time than ever to actually record those, and I can easily schedule that stuff with my friends, for more sessions, basically. Fun time. Anyway, yeah. And with the collab videos, I feel like they're good, but also I was not in the correct space to play... Especially, I was not in the correct space to play Silent Hill or Resident Evil as my first game of the year. Or my first video of the year, I should say. I feel like Persona is way more fitting. It's a lot easier on me to handle and to commentate. I don't have to get other people involved and wrapped up in it. I just have to do it, and it gets done. Eventually. I'm trying to think of other good, like, one-offs I can do, but it's really not as enjoyable as I'd want it to be. So, for the most part, we're just gonna stick to, you know, the series that you've been sticking around for, really. Which is mostly Persona, and then occasionally me playing with my friends. So, there's that. Luckily, things are getting better and more stuff is happening, so... Who knows, maybe I'll be able to post more, different things, I should say. It'd be a really fun time to just start working on that, you know? Man, yeah, this battle was, like, kind of tough, especially for one of the floor bosses. I'm kind of glad I got it done as quickly as I could. No, not as quickly as I could, but I missed like 2 times. Yeah, I missed like twice back to back, and then... Yep, that move. Yeah. There isn't much I can say, like, in terms of the gameplay here, because it's me just battling and just going through the motions and stuff. And I've already talked about kind of all the big stuff I wanted to get off my chest. So, I don't really know. Hold on, I just blanked out really hard there. That was awful for me. Wow, okay. Ah, man. Sometimes I worry what they're, you know, I wonder what's happening to me sometimes. Then again, I am pretty sleep deprived occasionally, so that's probably a part of it. But, man. Already out of topics. That is a great start. But yeah, this is how it is. Occasionally I just run out of a topic, and then I just gotta roll with it. I gotta figure out what I gotta do next, and that's just wonderful. That is just wonderful. Can't let this go to waste. Let's see. 2025 does have something very good in store for me. Something that I decided to really work with. Okay. I paid into a Kickstarter a long time ago, back in 2023. Back in October of 2023, I should say. Paid into it, right? And the products are finally coming out and on their way. So, maybe, just maybe, at some point in time, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do one, okay? I don't think I'm ever gonna do one, because my face on the internet is not something that exactly fits. I'm more so just a commentary person, and I'm more so just a voice you can listen to while stuff's happening, you know? But if I ever did, like, a real-life video, I think I'd want to make one of my first ones, or my first one, to be an unboxing of all the stuff I get from the Kickstarter. And it's gonna come in multiple batches, so I've really gotta wait. I've really gotta be patient. I've really got to be patient and put myself to my limit here of holding back and recording the exact, like, just everything, you know? It also would give me an excuse to just clean myself up and clean up my room and get all stuff, you know, ready and set up for that. Maybe even improve my setup just a little bit by giving it, I don't know, just something to work with. But it's still gonna be good, right? It's still something to think about, I should say. Oh yeah, get him the Slugger's jacket. Yeah, Junpei likes it. Yeah, Junpei likes to wear it. Oh, and then I gave Yukari the amenity suit because I think she needed more HP. Yeah, I did. But yeah, at some point I'm gonna unbox that. Hopefully I can hold out and record the entire unboxing process. Because all of the stuff in that Kickstarter, it was 100% worth all of the time and the money that I put into it and all the effort. And I still love it, and I got the monthly updates on it. I got everything on it, basically, you know? Everyone that was participating to it got everything, basically. Their updates, their whatnot, you know. It was worth it. It is worth talking about at a later point in the future because it is related to one of my hobbies, and I just won't delve too much into that, especially not right now. However, if I do it, right? No, not the unboxing. When I do get it, I should say, I do want to share it more with my friends, and there's even, like, I'm not gonna promise this because I feel like it's a very personal thing. I don't think it should go up online in terms of, like, you know, recording. But I would definitely, like, I would definitely say I would love to record, like, I would love to record it with my friends, and, like, you know, show us having a good time with it, you know? Have our own little thing for it, right? It would take a while, it would take a long time, it's a large commitment, but it'd be worth it. The other part on top of that is just, with our little, like, group hangouts and whatnot, all those, like, calls and the, you know, gaming, right? Some of that I can record because it feels right to just record it and just make something for the internet. But a lot of times I don't record what we do because it's just like, why? I'm with my friends, this isn't my job, this isn't my career, they shouldn't have to, like, be a part of something that, like, I feel like would be just a normal hangout, you know? I feel like a normal hangout is just us, like, just enjoying stuff and, you know, talking and whatnot, and just being chill about it. I just saw no reason in... I see no reason in recording, like, everything we do together, you know? I just don't see a lot of reason in it. Especially because, like, the number one question I ask right before we even start recording is, hey, are all of you okay with being in a video? If not, I'm just getting rid of my recording software right now, you know? They've said yes, you know, whenever I've asked it. But I've never, like, recorded without consent, because that's just, it's bad. It sucks. It sucks when the time with your friends can actually just devolve into what is essentially like a monotonous career. Or a monotonous, like, hangout, like, oh, I gotta hang out with everyone every day, and, like, call and play games all the time. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but I don't want it to ever feel like that. And I don't want it to ever feel like I'm just hanging out with them to, like, put up YouTube videos, you know? Because, truly, my friends matter to me, and I love them dearly, right? I don't want it to ever to feel them that, like, I'm just only here to record and that's it. Because my whole, like, point, my whole, like, everything is just have a good time with your friends, right? A lot of my commentary, you know, all of this is done alone, right? But anytime I've hung out with my friends in my videos, right? Anytime I've looked back and done all the editing on those recording sessions, I've always thought the same thing. Damn, I want to play with them again. I want to have that exact moment again. If you have friends, if you can play a game online or in person or on the couch or whatever, right? Play with your friends. Have a good goddamn time. Because those moments are fun. Maybe they're not the most important in the world. They're not the most important moments in the world. But they're some of the best, because you remember them fondly. You love them. You like your friends. You like hanging out with them. Why wouldn't you want to play with them, you know? That's just my little bit of philosophy there. I don't know.
Stairs located. Updating data records.
Point is, it's all important to me. Just all of it is. Oh, we're opening another monad door, that's right. I think I opened, like, this door, and then the passage that was talked about later on. Maybe it's monad. No, monad sounds right, but, like...
Yes.
No, they've said monad. I think it's monad, that sounds right. I don't know, maybe there's, like, a mispronunciation in there. I need to enunciate. Man, I am doing terrible today. But yeah, I just never want the time with my friends to feel like it's just, you know, oh, I'm just gonna record, guys, it's okay, you know? Because also, like, some of our just good jokes don't come, like, on camera. They just don't. Our best jokes are done when we're just, like, there's nobody watching us, who cares, you know? Like, it's just us here, it's just us, basically, like, versus the world type shit. That's just how I feel, right? Why did I... Wait, yeah, I don't know why I used Miragi here. I have no idea why. Could've used Doggy Lao, but I used Miragi because I'm an idiot, I guess. But yeah, my point still stands. About, like, friendship and recording. If you have time, obviously, if you have time, if you have friends, if you have a game you could play with them, online or on your couch, go play with them. Because those little moments like that are just worth it. And on top of that, I mean, you're just gonna have fun. Why wouldn't you want to have fun? You know? That's just my little tidbit there. There we go.
You hit a weakness. Pull the trigger.
I'll talk about it more, probably in the next episode. More about what me and my friends, like, used to do whenever we were gaming, I guess. And more about those, like, little stories. I won't go too hard on them, because some of it is, like, too hard on the stories, but also, it's a good thing to talk about that I think I should just discuss in the next episode. It'd be a fun little topic that we can try out. There we go. Sorry. Man, this boss was, like, really easy. I don't know what the death curse was about. I really don't know. But I'm so glad we got that boss done before the death curse could actually take an effect. And now we can get... What did we take? Did we take XP? We took XP. Good. Oh yeah, that's close to time on the episode, actually. Damn. I did not know we were right there. Well, damn. I mean, almost the end of the episode. I guess I could just... I'm surprised. We talked about a lot today, and I am really happy to be back in the chair recording again. I'm really happy to be back, showing out these videos, and just getting a chance to just interact more and put more stuff out there. I've been Eire with Saturn's Edge, and you've been watching Persona 3 Reload. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. I'd love it if you do any of those. And hey, spend some time with your friends. Play with them. Just have a great time. And I'll talk to you all later, okay? See ya!